It's my son. He's not doing very well. He's listening to Skillet. He's reading Joyce Meyer books.
That God will not ever bring any temptation on a person beyond.
This is so good.
He thinks she's like some sort of spiritual icon. He's following Joel Osteen on Twitter.
Man, Joel Osteen's so smart. He knows so much about the Lord.
And he's amazed at everything he says. I mean, it's just, it's horrendous. He likes to watch The Chosen.
I am the life that overcomes death.
The Chosen is so scripturally accurate.
It's just unbelievable what my son is doing. We've tried everything. We've tried all forms of having preachers pray for him. We've tried torture. No! No! We've tried, feeding him barbed wire.
Eat it! No, eat it! Open your mouth! Boy, I'm telling you, you're eating.
We've tried everything and none of it's working. He seems to only be focused on these wackos, and he's losing it. Somebody told me about this guy named Spencer Smith on Amazon that had these books, that these books would be able to help him. And so I thought, well, we've tried everything else, let's give this a shot. We got all these books, and he was resistant when we began initially, but we forced him. Like we made him read these books. He had no alternatives. We made him read these books.
No! Don't look at me, look at the book. Read the book. Don't look at me, you look at.
But now my son's a new man. He goes to church, he sings. I mean, think about that. A teenage boy singing while everyone else is singing. These books have completely changed his life. It's amazing what these books have done. If you happen to have a teenager, I highly recommend these books. These books will revolutionize your teenager's life. It will revolutionize your home, and it will completely change the atmosphere at your church, because my son is going to church and worshiping God. I mean, raising his hands. I mean, he feels the music. It's astonishing what's happened to him. And it all can be traced back to these books by Spencer Smith that we found on Amazon. You need to get your hands on these.
All of Spencer Smith's books are now available on Amazon, and they are guaranteed to fix your theologically inept teenagers, especially the ones who listen to Skillet, wow, and Joyce Meyer and Joel Osteen. Wow, they're really messed up if they're doing that. But these books will help. Just buy them. Just buy them. Just do it.
I'm not trying to sing because I think I can sing. I just want to sing. Once I wandered out in sin, had no peace, no joy within, and my soul was burdened down with pride. But the Savior came along and He showed me I was right, and He placed me on the winning side. Well, I'm on the winning side. I'm on the winning side. No more I'm in sin. Well, I am not. And he plays it. Woo! On the winning side. When I'm on the winning side. Yes, I'm on the winning side. Oh, out in sin will I abide. He's the keeper of my soul. It's right there. I know I'm on the winning side. Oh, well, I'm on the winning side. Yes, I'm on the winning side. Oh, and sin will I abide. He's the keeper of my soul. Since I gave to him control. Now I know I'm on the winning side.
All right, hello everybody. This is your friend Spencer here. Looking forward to a good Monday night live stream with you. I've got Brother Justin in the side saddle over there. How you doing, Brother Justin?
I'm doing better than I deserve.
You look like a straight up G.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Does your wife know you act like that?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, cool. Anyway, so we're going to have a good live stream tonight. We're going to talk about communism and with Kamala Harris and stuff like that. And I want to take some time tonight to walk you through a chapter of the Bible in the book of Isaiah chapter 3. And I want to share with you what's on my heart about this whole deal. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm not really alarmed about politics. I try not to be alarmed about politics, but I have just been watching a lot of the things that are being proposed in this election cycle, and there are a lot of things that Kamala Harris is proposing that I think are going to affect your life negatively, not in some devastating end of the world scenario, but there are things that are happening that this in this nation that make me believe without any question that America is under the judgment of God. And I think we like to think someday off in the future America is going to be judged by the Lord, but I'm here to tell you it's already happening. The economics of all this are just going crazy. The social justice is going nuts. The things that you can and can't say is out of control. We don't have the freedoms that we used to have. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of moving parts. This is not very simple, and I'm trying to make sense of all of it and think about it for you and try to give you what I'm seeing, and I think that'll be a great help to you. But before we get started tonight, Brother Justin, we've got some giveaways we're doing, right?
I like giveaways.
I do too. And what are we giving away tonight? Tell us real quick what we got.
Well, the first one we got here is the Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook.
Yeah.
Great book. I mean, it's got so many different topics in here, from humility to justification, murmur, music, and it gives all the scriptures relating to that, and a really good one to have we're going to give away. And we also have a stack that is, of CDs here.
Yeah.
Great music, good gospel music, good quality music, and music with doctrine.
Okay.
So.
Why don't you hand me one CD and one book, and then I'll show this to everybody here. And we've got Brother Steve Epley came to our church a couple of weeks ago. What a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good guy, and I've always enjoyed him. I've known him for a long time. And he gave me a stack of CDs that we're going to use. We are doing, me and Brother Justin are going to Kenya next month for the a conference we're going to be doing with some guys, and we're going to go have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Brother Justin said this is his very first non-combat overseas tour that we're going to be doing, right? Is that right?
I'm excited, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good. It'd be nice to not have people shooting at you when you go overseas, right?
Nice to relax a little.
That's going to be fun. So, Brother Justin, he was in the Marine Corps, if you didn't know that. And so he's going to be working here with us, and we appreciate him so much and his family. But we're going to be giving away, I've got 15 CDs over there.
Yeah, got a stack here.
15 CDs. How many books do we have? Do we have that many in books? Yeah.
Full, so at least 15.
Let's do this. We're going to give away 15 packages with an Epley CD and a Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. Okay, y'all see that right there? We're going to give away 15 of these to everybody who makes a donation either in the live chat or in the PayPal. So make sure that you go ahead and just get ready for that. We're going to do a big drawing at the end of the live stream. And so go ahead and just, it doesn't matter how much, just go ahead and make a donation. And so we'll give away 15 of this whole package here, a CD and a book. And you guys know this Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. You've seen it. We've given you commercials for it. And so we appreciate you doing that. And all that's going to go, tonight, everything that we got is going to go to the Kenya trip, the Kenya conference, whereas we're going to be feeding some people. We're going to be doing a little bit of benevolence and just doing the work of the ministry there. And so that is going to be a great thing. And so please take the time to go ahead and make a donation. I've got the PayPal here on my phone. We'll see that, Brother Justin. I'll let you know about that. Good. And then also, if you'll just look in the live chat, and that will be a blessing. So, all right, let's do this. I want to go to the Bible and start off and show you some of the things that happens in a nation when they get away from God and how God judges a nation. And the parallels that I see in Isaiah chapter number 3 are surprisingly similar to the parallels that I see in America today right now. And so I want to show you these things because I think that's worthy of discussion. So Isaiah chapter 3 verse 1, the Bible says, "For behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water." Now, the first thing that I believe God does in a nation, especially a nation where, Christian people are involved, is that there's some sort of economic thing. There's some sort of a grocery store issue, and I think that is a future thing that could happen, especially under a Kamala Harris administration. And we'll talk more about that. And then also we find here that the mighty man and the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. So basically, in a nation that's under the judgment of God, God takes away, verse number 3 and verse number 2, the mighty man, the man of war. The mighty man, in that, I would say this, in that when a nation gets away from God, manhood suddenly becomes a joke. Manhood becomes sinful. You can't be a tough guy anymore. You have a microaggression. You're hurting my feelings by saying things like sissy, or sissy britches, or you big wimp. You can't say stuff like that. But that's mean-spirited, and that's unkind. Brother Justin, when you were in the Marine Corps, did anybody say anything like that to you? Sissy britches and all that kind of stuff?
They would. Just help encourage one another and build it up. I don't want to be that guy.
Did it offend you and hurt your feelings?
Oh, it did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought so.
We always had those posters that said, "Don't be that guy." If
there
was one that messed up, that was weak, that failed.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Yep.
But also the man of war. We have there are top tier generals right now who are more worried about white privilege than they are keeping this country safe. There's a Marine Corps general that I saw him doing a press conference not too long, a couple of years ago under the Biden administration, and he was more worried about white privilege than he was actually doing his job, defeating the enemy. That's very interesting stuff. And then the Bible says God takes away the judge. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is the most liberal thing in the world, and when you see what is actually happening to men like Donald Trump with lawfare, and really Donald Trump, and he's a real estate mogul. That's how he made his fortune. I'm not saying Donald Trump is sinless and Donald Trump is perfect, but I understand real estate well enough to understand what Donald Trump is being charged with all these felony counts they're trying to throw at him. And I'm telling you, it's nonsense is what it is. I mean, they're asking, they said that he was feloniously fraudulent with the valuation of his properties in which he loaned against, and somehow that was a form of fraud. That is stupid. I mean, that's just dumb, and that's just how the game has been played forever. And he literally has not broken any law. It's speculative, and I just don't think it's smart. But you have these liberal judges out there who just it's unbelievable things that are happening. I won't go very deep there. And then God not only he removes the mighty man, all of my adult life, Brother Justin, I cannot remember watching a TV show where the father figure in that sitcom was anything but a moron.
Yep, it's always been happening, yeah.
Like, I remember Al Bundy. I remember Homer Simpson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, I was at the doctor the other day, and they had the TV up on the screen, and they were playing that old show, Family Matters. You remember that one with Steve Urkel?
It's the best part, yeah.
Yeah, that show was some mess, and I remember the dad in that family just being portrayed as an idiot. He's stupid. So our society has been stripped of manhood. You can't be a man anymore. You're a jerk face. You've got microaggressions. You're unkind. Excuse me. And then the man of war's gone. The judges are gone. And then right here, God takes the prophets away. There are no voices for fundamentalism anymore. They're gone. I mean, I'd like to think that I'm one of them, but I mean, largely America is not filled with solid preachers. America is not filled with men who are preaching the truth. I've got a cough here. Hang on a second. America is filled with the way our pastor says it, sharnigans. And, I don't know what a sharnigan is, but it sounds detrimental. And charlatans. We've got the Kenneth Copelands and the Joel Osteens. We've got all that going on. And our country God has taken the prophets, the voices away from the people because they don't want to hear that anymore. And then also it says the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, the honorable man. I mean, you can't trust anybody anymore in American society. Everybody's going to rob you. Crime is up. The counselor, the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. If the eloquent orator, you look at these. You just watch late night TV and you see that these celebrities are total doofuses. I mean, nobody is, it's like everybody's dumb all of a sudden. And what happens is, in verse number 4, one of the symptoms of the judgment of God upon a nation is, I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. Now, there's multiple applications of that. But it says here, I will give children to be their princes. When I think of that phrase, I think of people who are wildly underdeveloped in their cognitive abilities and in their administrative abilities. And I think of people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I think of all these woke women. If you are woke, that means that you are somehow socially inept. I mean, there's no nice way to put it. If you are a woke person, you are disconnected from reality, and in some ways, you did not grow mentally, socially, emotionally mature enough to handle anything. And so that's why you've got to cry the racism card or the transphobia card or something like you've got to cry all these cards and have the government take care of you because you can't handle your own business. That sounds like a horrible thing to say, doesn't it?
It's truthful, though.
It's true. It's true. I mean, you're a child is what you are. You are a child is what you are if you are woke and if you are one of these fools who thinks that, everything is, everything's the white man's fault. I'm sick of all this junk that I see out there. A woman can go off and cheat on her husband and act a fool and say some insane things, and then when she gets called on the carpet, it's, well, my husband wasn't nice to me. Well, you bless your little heart. You're a grown adult. Grow up, shut up, and quit being a dummy. You're a child. But that's where we are in American culture today. I give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. I look at people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's somehow, some way got into political office. I mean, I look at people out there that, Trump called them the squad, all these woke women. But let's just go on here. It says right here, verse number 5, and the people shall be The people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. What a mess that is. I see people doing that all the time. And it says also right here, matter of fact, there was something called the knockout game a few years ago. Did you see that, Brother Justin?
That one, yeah.
These young teenagers will go and literally try to bash the brains in of old people in the mall.
Just random people.
Just random. And they did nothing. They did zero. Nothing at all. And I just can't. I mean, that's a sign of the judgment of God upon a nation. It says right here, verse number 6, when a man shall take hold of his brother of the house, saying, Thou hast clothing, be our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. The problem with politics, I want you to know this, is that when good people don't accept civic responsibility to be involved in their local government or be involved in the government in some level, when people don't accept that civic responsibility, they look at it and say, it is such a mess, I don't want anything to do with that. There's nothing I can do. What happens is all the crazies take political power. And when the crazies take political power, man, you got to realize governments have the authority to kill people.
Yeah.
Like they have the authority to tax you and take your money. They have the authority to make policies that affect your day-to-day. And if good people, competent people are not in these roles, then it is going to be a disaster. The nuts are going to take over. And that's what happened here in this chapter. This good man said, I don't want anything to do with this. I can't handle this. Is terrible. Verse number 8, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory, to show their countenance doth witness against them, and they would declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Does that sound like America today? They declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Man, I remember watching these black and white videos, and I mean, there's a bunch of them. There were a bunch of them where in the 1950s, it was a police video telling young boys stay away from these people that are called homosexuals. You ever seen them old videos? I mean, it used to be that was a rare thing. And if it was a hush-hush thing. It was kept very private. It was not spoken about openly. But now it's flaunted in front of everybody. I mean, it's a huge deal. And it's gay, and I mean, it's funny that their logo is pride. Okay, that is sin. Pride cometh before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. There is no positive mention of the word pride in the Bible. It's all sinful, depraved wickedness. And it says they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. They're loud and proud, buddy. That is a sign of the judgment of God upon a nation. And it says, woe to their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Right there, you can put the phrase monkeypox. I mean, you know what that is, don't you? That's an STD that's coming out of Africa, and it's in Europe, and there's even another instance of that, and that's not the only instance. I mean, there's other things, but it says in Romans 1 that they received in their flesh the recompense of their error, meaning that's what happens to these people. There is a price tag for living this way. It says right there, verse number 10, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, for it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given to him. Verse number 12 is where I want to go. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. And that's where all this is headed. Okay? Now, I get accused a lot on this channel of being anti-woman. You probably wouldn't believe that, Brother Justin, but I do.
I can't believe that. I
get accused of being anti-woman. I mean, women on Facebook saying, oh, Brother Spencer, we love you, but you hate women. That's my favorite. You hate women. No, I don't hate women. I'm a Bible preacher. And when you preach the Bible, you have to say what it says. And the Bible actually has a lot to say about women. And so one of the symptoms of the judgment of God is women in leadership. Now, I want to tell you this, and we're going to take just a quick break here in just a moment. one of the ways that God judges a nation, of course, is to give them women leaders, women politicians, and all of this woke stuff, all of this Democrat, all this welfare state stuff that is happening is coming out of a toxic matriarchal political worldview that is held largely by women. That's exactly what all this stuff is. And so we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Brother Justin, how are we doing on these giveaways? We got a good response so far?
Yeah, we got a good handful already come in.
All right. Well, I want to just remind you real quick. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to give away 15 of these little packages right here. The Epley CD and the Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. Give away 15 copies of these. If you want to make a donation, you can do so in the PayPal or in the live chat here in this live stream tonight. That will be a blessing. Either or is fine. It all go to the same place. And so please go ahead and make a donation. All of the proceeds tonight will go to the upcoming Kenya trip that we're doing, and we're going to do some help there. So we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back. Don't go away.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
All right. That was awesome. Oh. Hey, man.
Hey, I got us a pizza for lunch.
I love pizza. What kind of pizza did you get?
Oh man, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one.
One hour later. 3 hours later. Approximately 10 hours later.
Wow, I feel a lot better after having read this book right here. This book is guaranteed to keep you from doing terrible things. Order your copy today. Rebecca, I need the tractor. Okay. She'll get it.
All right, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight. We are giving away some good stuff tonight. Going to give away 15 of these little packages right here. Just want to remind you of that. The Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook and the Brother Epley CD. We got you'll like these. So we're gonna mail these to you for being a winner tonight. Matter of fact, Brother Justin, let's go ahead and do one right now. Let's go ahead and do a drawing real quick. Can you get that basket ready for me? And we'll just hand that to me when you get a chance here, and we'll make that ready. Okay, all right, they're mixed up, ready to go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna just get a random name here, and so you let's see here. Here we go. Ready? First winner for tonight is going to be Airline Tech. Is that a name on there?
That's a name on
Airline Tech. There we go. All right, thank you very much, Airline Tech. I want you to email me. Let's see if I get it up on the screen. Here we go. Email us, SpencerSmithMembers at gmail.com. There we go. SpencerSmithMembers at gmail.com. And there we go for our winners tonight. So, let's see here. I'm gonna set this one right here with this package, and then we'll jump right back into what we were saying to everybody for just a moment here. So there you go, Brother Justin. Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you guys for donating. And for everybody who makes a donation or everybody who wins tonight, go ahead and email us, SpencerSmithMembers at gmail.com. There on the screen. So, and Airline Mechanics, send us an email, and that will be a blessing. So, here's what we're talking about. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, which lead thee to cause thee to err, to destroy the way of thy path. I want you to know that presidential elections are important. They're not the end of the world, but they're important because you get people who get to make some major calls on the global stage. And there's three things about Kamala Harris that I want to bring up tonight that I find to be very alarming. Now, I want to say this, and I want to say this very clearly. There have been some people online who have said that Kamala Harris is exhibiting strange behaviors akin to somebody who's on some sort of substance. And I can't say that I disagree with that. I'm going to show you some videos that, for me, give me tremendous reason to question and to be very concerned about the health of this woman, in that she could be on something. Let's just put it that way mildly. Let me pull up some videos that I have on Twitter, and if you don't follow us on Twitter, you ought to. That's where Twitter has become kind of important lately, because the chains have been taken off, and so yeah, there's we can say a lot about that. But like, I want you to just watch these women here. Watch what Kamala Harris is saying, and see if you can catch this. Okay, I'm gonna turn this up. All right, everybody, check this out.
The bus has Wi-Fi and even USB outlets next to every seat. I mean, come on, imagine. You can charge your phone on your way home from work. That's good stuff.
Something's wrong with that. Something's real bad wrong with that. Let me show you this other one. This one right here scares me to death. Listen to how Kamala Harris slurs and how just watch this. I don't have any. I don't know what to describe this as.
Into the direction of what I believe is the Capitol. And what needs to happen in terms of people who otherwise have evidenced themselves having a feckless quality, to show some courage, to reject the false notion that suggests you're either in favor of the Second Amendment or you want to take everyone's guns away, when in fact it's just reasonable. I support the Second Amendment, but it's reasonable to say we need an assault weapons ban.
Just notice how she's talking.
It's reasonable to say we need universal background checks.
Yeah.
That we need red flag laws. It's reasonable to say that if you want to deal with violence in the community, you also got to understand it's not only about...
Did you catch that?
It's reasonable to say that if you want to deal with violence in the community, you also got to understand it's not only about mass shooting situations, which are horrific, and it's about everyday gun violence.
I mean,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
The woman's loaded, bro.
It's like she's high as a kite or just some kind of substance, like you said. It's odd.
I mean, and here's another one. Okay, this is a tyrannical thing. She said that she's wanting to confiscate people's patent, is what she's saying, which means that she'll confiscate your businesses and private property. But I want you to look at her eyes in this video and just the way she's talking. And just listen to this for a second.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over.
Look at her eyes.
Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. The question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
I mean,
Yeah, that one guy awkwardly. Am I supposed to clap?
yikes. Let's see here. I'm gonna back it. I've got several on here. I mean, just look. Look what she's saying here. Check this out.
Our extraordinary President Joe Biden. And he's going to speak in a minute, but there's a lot of love in this room for our president.
And I was giving Candace Owen some grief, and but listen to this little snippet, and I'm trying to make the point. There's something wrong with this woman, and she's going to be, you got our new member here, Akila. Is that how you say it, Kyla? As an ex-addict, I can verify that those are traits of substance abuse. I've never been addicted to anything, but I know it when I see it. This woman is very highly likely she's on something. It's weird. So just listen to this segment.
Because when we think about the strength of our democracy, you know, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, oh, it's so strong in terms of what it does to uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms. So strong in its nature. And it's very fragile.
What?
It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it. Because
like what does that even mean?
It's fragile but strong.
It's fragile, but it's so strong, but it's fragile. And we gotta vote for Joe Biden. Yeah, I mean, this woman could be your president this year. This woman could be running the world. In 6 months, this woman could be your president. Does that scare you? It should scare. It scares me. I mean, it makes me wonder. And I mean, I'm like, what are you doing? What is happening? And I'm not the only one saying this. Like Scott Adams is saying this, that she's drunk, and there's just a lot. There's a lot there with this woman, but that's a big deal for me. Now I'm gonna read a tweet for you. Let's just start. Let me just pause real fast. Okay, number one, there is something wrong with this woman. There's something really wrong with her, and the way she explains policy. Let me pull this up. There was a video of her explaining her policy on her. There's so much I could say, Brother Justin. There's something wrong with this woman emotionally. I don't know what she says things that make me question if she's on some sort of substance, like a bottle of wine and 3 or 4 Xanax every day type stuff. Okay. Now, that's the first thing about her that really makes me question. The second thing about her that makes me question is that she's doing this she's rolling out these tax things that she's wanting to do, and she can't explain the economics of what she wants. She can't do it. Like J.D. Vance says, we got to have the $5,000 tax credits on each child, which will do both of us very nicely, Brother Justin. Yeah. And then she came out and said, I want to do $6,000 on tax credits on each child. And someone questioned her on that and said, okay, what does that mean? How are you going to pay for that? What are you thinking about? And I want you to just watch the video of this woman explaining what she thinks is supposed to happen here. It's bizarre. So let's play this together for just a minute.
Policies last week. Yeah. Can you explain how you're going to pay for those, and can you give us a sense of what other policies you want to unveil going forward?
Sure. Well, I mean, you just look at it in terms of what we are talking about, for example, around children and the child tax credit and extending the EITC. It's at $6,000 for the first year of a child's life. The return on that investment in terms of what that will do and what it will pay for will be tremendous. We've seen it when we did it in the first year of our administration. We reduced child poverty by over 50%. So that's a lot of the work. And then what we're doing in terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. When we increase,
what is she saying?
She didn't even answer the question.
She's not even saying anything.
home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools. Again, return on investment. I think it's a mistake for any person who talks about public policy to not critically evaluate how you measure the return on investment. When you are strengthening neighborhoods, strengthening communities.
What? do you know what this means?
I'm not smelling she's stepping in there.
I'm not either. I don't. This is wild.
And in particular, the economy of those communities and investing in a broad-based economy, everybody benefits and it pays for itself.
what?
Should give Biden a run for his money, not be able to understand.
We just got a woman who's 20 years younger, or maybe 10 years younger than Biden, and is just as crazy and on substances. I mean, I don't know what she's saying. What does that mean? This woman is gonna be your president. Whoa.
The leader of the military.
I mean, yeah, this woman's going to make decisions to blow people up across the world. It's a judgment of God upon a nation. As for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. This is not good. We are heading for the cliff. Yeah. I mean, and we're going over it. And somebody needs to say something. So that's a problem that I have with her. Number one, she acts like she's on something. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying, like, the videos that I'm seeing makes me think that she might be. Okay, now that doesn't prove anything. I can't say that I know for a fact. I'm just saying, whoa, lady, yikes. So, number two, the economic policies that she's promoting, she can't explain them. She doesn't know what she talks nonsense. Okay. Now, I don't understand. And even James just said this whole unburdened by what has been. I still don't even know what that means. What esoteric wizard is this woman speaking these dark sayings of old that nobody knows what it means? What is that? What? It's like she's deeper than all of us, and we got to do a lot of drugs to get on her level. I mean, I don't know what is happening. Anyway, so she's making these policies, but number three, one of the worst things that she is saying is this whole idea of we're going to cap food prices. I mean, you remember that?
Yep.
Now, you had an interesting take on that, Brother Justin. Tell me, where are your sunglasses, bro?
I had to look there for a second.
Tell me what the deal is with this. I'm going to read this tweet here in a moment, but tell me what you were saying earlier about that.
So basically, she came out with her economic policies. A few things in there. One of them was cap on food prices. The last 4 years, she had to, work on this. She hasn't done anything. But the cap on the food price was done. Something similar was done during Nixon presidency back in 1970s, I think it was, late 60s, early 70s. And basically, it's a form of socialism where the government comes in and says you cannot, it's a very basic explanation, but you cannot, let's say, sell a loaf of bread over $3 or whatever the magic number is, and they put a cap on that and said you're not allowed to do anything in that. Basically what it does, it takes a capitalist market and turns into a socialism in a sense, to where the government now has control what you can sell, how much, what prices, and it takes basically the free enterprise away, and it's just straight textbook socialism is what it is. And there's many others that will say that on the internet as well. It's like they're going through our policies like, wait, time out. This is socialism. Same thing with Cuba. Same thing with Venezuela. All these other countries where they've tried these similar tactics and very almost exactly word for things that destroy the economy and, again, the government itself. But that's exactly what it is. It's a form. They tried it back in the 70s, and it failed miserably. It didn't work, and they're trying the exact same thing again.
Okay, very good, very good. I thank you for bringing that back up, because that's I knew you could explain it better than I could, because I'm too crazy right now. All right, let me show you this. There's a guy that I follow on Twitter. I don't know him, but he's got a pretty interesting take on how all this will plan out. And by the way, when the government starts controlling the price of food, we are at the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Just to put it simply, when the government starts controlling the price of food, you have started the process for mass starvation. That's one of the most unhinged, insane things I've ever heard anybody say. And for somebody to say, man, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris because I'm going to save $17 on my grocery bill. For anybody to vote for a candidate for office because you're going to save a few bucks on moon pies and RC Cola, you have lost your ever-loving mind. You don't need to be voting. You are a low information voter, a low IQ voter. You are the type of fool that these people thrive off of. They love to manipulate people like you, low information voters. So I want to read this scenario. and I want you to follow it with me real quick. And this guy's being sarcastic, but so just follow with me as I read it. People need to stop overreacting to Kamala's plan to reduce food inflation as if it would lead to communism, mass starvation, and the end of America. He says, I worked in M&A in the food industry. Here's a step-by-step summary of what would actually happen. The government announces that grocery retailers aren't allowed to raise prices. Very interesting. Number 2, grocery stores which operate on a 1 to 2% net margins can't survive if their suppliers raise prices. So the government announces that food producers Kraft, Heinz, ConAgra, Tyson, Hormel also aren't allowed to raise prices. So Kroger, you can't raise your prices. And by the way, Tyson chicken, that gives you those beautiful chicken wings. You can't raise your prices either. You just got to. So it goes up the chain of supply of food. And then it says, not all grocery stores are created equal. Stores in lower income areas make less money than those in higher income areas, as the former disproportionately sell lower margin prepackaged foods, the center of the store, instead of higher margin fresh products like meat, perimeter of the store, because of stores in lower income areas aren't able to cover overhead. Remember, if their wholesale costs are fixed, their labor, utilities, insurance, and other operating expenses aren't fixed yet. Grocery store chains start to shut them down. Food deserts in rural areas and in low-income urban areas alike become worse. That's a lot of way to say it causes chaos in the whole chain of everything of operating a store. Meanwhile, margins for food producers also quickly eroding. Their primary costs, ingredients, energy, and labor aren't fixed, and their shrinking gross profits leave less cash flow available to cover overhead, maintain facilities, and reinvest in additional production capacity, meaning that your Kroger grocery store will not be able to buy new buggies anytime soon. Our Kroger has the worst buggies. I mean, you go Kroger in Shepherdsville?
Oh, yeah.
They got the worst buggies. I go to Dominican Republic, and they've got better buggies in the Dominican Republic than they do here in America. Rant is over. I'm sorry. So there we go. Grocery chains, which have finite shelf space, start to repurpose their stores. Those that didn't have to shut down, I should say, and sell more non-price controlled items, everything from nutrition supplements to kitchenware to apparel, and sell less controlled food products. Your local Kroger or Safeway starts to look and feel more like a Walmart. Number 6, food producers stop making products with low margins. Grocery store chains start competing with each other to secure inventory, meaning there's going to be a shortage of inventory. You can't buy your Ritz crackers anymore since they can't compete by offering stronger prices. So they're not allowed to raise their prices. There's no profit margin anymore. They compete on things like payment terms. Small grocery chains start to shut down entirely, like your local mom and pop shops. Then they get sold to larger chains like Kroger, in addition to not being able to cover fixed costs. A major reason for this is because they can no longer reliably secure delivery of products due to producers prioritizing sales to larger customers, which are able to leverage their stronger balance sheets to offer superior payment terms. It's a lot of wordy here, but we're going to get through it, okay? Smaller food producers, which typically sell via distributors rather than directly to grocery chains, go out of business, because these producers have an additional step, their value chains, and because they have lower volumes over which to spread their fixed costs, their cost structure is inherently disadvantaged compared to major food producers. When grocery stores aren't capable to raise prices, cutting product costs becomes all the more important, and deprioritizing purchases from smaller producers is an easy way to do so. So basically, you're going to have to buy from the big boys, and the small dudes, you can't buy from them anymore. As supply chains break down, lines start to form outside grocery stores every morning. Cities assign police officers to patrol store parking lots, and food producers draft contingency plans to assign armed escorts to delivery trucks. You can't look when you start monkeying with the prices, then it creates chaos. Meaning this, that for example, if Kamala Harris says that you can no longer sell a loaf of bread for over $3, and the grocery stores right now are sitting at like $3.50 or whatever, let's just say hypothetically they are, they've got to find a way to get that price under $3 or they can't sell the bread, which means they've got to go to their suppliers and find a way to cut the cost there. And then, the small guy the medium, the small guy who's giving the supplies to create the $3.50 loaf of bread, they go out of business because they can't operate that volume to get the cost down that low. So the only people that are left are the big boys. And the big boys can only produce so much bread. So basically what that does is that produces, instead of like for Justin, if we go to the grocery store and they're out of the $3.50 loaf of bread,
yep,
we'll just buy the $5 and just call it a day, right?
Sometimes you have to.
It happens. Yeah. Okay. But now the $5 loaf of bread's not there.
Yeah.
All you have is a $3 loaf of bunny bread, and that's all you got. And there's only so much that bunny bread can make.
Yep.
Okay. So now you have a food shortage in America. This is exactly how this is going to play out. The federal government announces a program to issue block grants for states to purchase and operate shuttering grocery stores, which means socialism has to come in and bail these stores out.
Yep.
Just like the cash for clunkers with Obama, and just like, people don't realize, but Barack Obama was the president of the United States and the CEO of GM his first 3 years of office. Do you remember that, Brother Justin?
Yeah, I do.
I remember that. I had just got out of the car business when that had happened, and it's not good. The USDA also seizes closed down production facilities, meaning these local ranchers who are, raising cows, raising 1,000 or less cows, they go out of business. They can't operate anymore because they can't keep up with the price cost that the federal government has set. So the government announces that all prices for all key food costs, corn, wheat, cattle, energy, are now fixed to stop profiteers from gouging the new government operating food industry. Now, notice here, listen, you have to understand. Listen, guys, I want to tell you this. I'm going to tell you why your cost of everything are going up. All right? The cost of your food and your groceries and your houses and everything is all going up because during COVID, Donald Trump sent you $600. Do you remember that, Brother Justin? You know where that money came from? It came from thin air. They printed the money. And so they sent you $600, and next thing you know, your food bill goes up.
Yep.
And your power bill goes up. Okay, you paid for it. That money is not free. You paid for that money. And then, Ukraine gets invaded by Russia, and Ukraine comes to America and says, please give us $1 bajillion. And Joe Biden says, we believe in Ukraine. And they just print the money. They just print it. There is the money, the billions of dollars that they sent to Ukraine does not exist. This money is fake. This money came off a printing machine, and the Federal Reserve in Washington, D.C., they printed the money, cut it up, put it in a little package, and put a bow on it, and shipped it to Ukraine. The money is not real. And now, hey, YouTube TV's emailing me saying, hey, we were at $59 a month. Now we're going to have to go up to $74.99 a month. I wonder what happened. Okay, it's not that. It's a mix of things. The price of everything goes up because the value of your money goes down. And as housing goes up, and as the cable bill goes up, and as the light bill goes up, and as the food bill goes up, your wages stay the same.
Yep.
And you're not getting an increase. People on Social Security are not getting increases to keep up with the cost of living every year. And Brother Justin, I'd imagine these guys in the military that are on disability, they're not getting price increases either. They're not getting raises every year. I promise you that's not happening. But the government is spending money that does not exist. And so now, like a loaf of bread is $3. Ukraine comes in and says, we need another bajillion dollars or Russia's going to kill us all. Give us another bajillion dollars. So they print a bajillion dollars. And the next thing you feel good about, it gives you the warm fuzzies as an American. You just say, oh, I'm glad we're standing up for beautiful Ukraine, those beautiful people and those evil Russians. Oh, we're going to stand up for them. And it gives you the warm fuzzies. And then you go to the grocery store and next thing you know, your loaf of bread is $4. What happened? Well, what happened was you paid for that.
Yep.
By printing money and shipping it to Ukraine. That's what happened. And the same is true every time they send a package to Israel. The same thing happens. America is paying the bill for these foreign wars. And that's why a lot of people are saying we need to stop all this. No more foreign aid. And I want to stand with Israel, but I understand we can't just print billions of dollars and give everybody money all the time and it just go on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to pay $1 million for a house in this country. It's going to happen if it keeps going this way. Let me continue with the original thought here. I'm sorry for that sidebar. Please forgive me. Lord, have mercy on me. Amen.
How dare
There's a
you?
bunch of what is her name?
How dare you?
Green.
Who?
Start with a G. You talking about the girl?
Yeah, Greta.
Greta. That's
Sorry.
right. I start with the G.
I had to do that. There's a bunch of Gretas out there mad at me right now. But here's the deal. All right. The government announces that prices for all key food costs, corn, wheat, cattle, and energy are also now fixed to stop profiteers from gouging the now government-operated food industry. So there we go. Shockingly, the government struggles to operate one of the most complex industries on the planet. La-ti-da!
Amazing.
The entire food supply chain starts imploding. Communism, mass starvation, and the end of America quickly ensue.
That's exactly what happened to these other countries. Soviet Union, Cuban, Venezuela, Argentina, exact same thing.
It's and that's not even debatable, brother.
No, it's just history.
It's a fact.
If you go to Google and type in communist countries or socialism countries, how long they lasted, like average is 20, 30 years, and they just implode. Some last 10, some last 30, some last 50, but all of them have failed. There's not a single one that is succeeding. It never has, and it can't. It doesn't work that way.
No, it's just basic economics.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I mean, this is what the article says, the headline, grocery price gouging to feature prominently in Harris economic plan. Harris will, and I didn't know there was a such thing as, they're gouging us?
That's the word they're using, but it's not what's happening now.
Like pork and chicken is going up because of inflation, not because of gouging. What are you talking about? Harris will lay out actions she planned to take in her first 100 days as president to lower food and other everyday costs during a speech this Friday in North Carolina. This is so frustrating to me. I look at this and I think, what is happening to our nation? And I know what's happening to our nation. I just showed you in Isaiah 3 what's happening to our nation. It's women. We are under the judgment of God because children are our oppressors. You can put down Antifa. You can put down Black Lives Matter. You can put down every psychopathic bunch of dysfunctional dummies that are running activist organizations. They're children. They're children. They're children. They don't know what they're talking about. They've never done anything with their life. They're a bunch of basement-dwelling, neckbeard losers is what they are. They don't know anything. They've never done anything. They're a bunch of babies is what they are. Children are oppressing this nation, and women are in charge. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Brother, I'm going to tell you something. When I did that Third Adam 3, I had to step aside for a few days, and I had to pray, and I said, oh, God, this Third Adam 3, Rise of the Divine Feminine stuff that I'm seeing, that you, Lord, you have showed me, I don't know if I'll ever be able to unsee it. It's a problem. And I thought to myself, this is going to be a huge thing. I'll have to talk about this the rest of my life. And I will. I have to talk about this because this is it. I mean, women are ruling this nation and in some ways even destroying this nation. I read the other day that 70% of all divorces are filed by women. That's a problem. Let me continue to read the text here. It says, the Lord standeth up to plea, verse 13, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord, I mean, I think we're in verse 13 right now. The Lord standeth up to plea. What are you people doing? What, America, what have you done? Do you really want communism? Do you really want these mobs of unhinged crazies? Do you really want all that? Is this what America wants? The Lord is pleading with America, and I think maybe He's using people like me and others to cry out and say, "No, what is this? No, or is this the route you really want to go? Do you really hate Donald Trump this much and capitalism so much that you're willing to implode the greatest nation that's ever lived? Is this what you really want? And I think I know the answer to that, but I don't know. The Bible says, verse number 14, the Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord God of hosts? Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, wanting and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. See, there it is again. That's the women. The women are in sin. Haughty, arrogant women. And verse 17, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In the day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls and their round tires like the moon. There it is. That's that divine feminine right there. There it is, the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen, the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of a well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomach or a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. The men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Now, I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot here. I'm going to highlight this right here, this whole passage. And when I look at this right here, verse number 16 through verse number 24, what I think of and what this makes me think of, I think maybe the modern day equivalent of this is the American mall culture. You ever thought about that before?
I've heard that before, yeah.
You know, these girls walking around up and down Beverly Hills like, hey, look at me,
Yep.
I mean, I'm beautiful. I think of Hollywood and these women, haughty, stretched forth necks, walking and mincing as they go, making a tinkling with their feet, meaning you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I mean, you're young, you're fit, you're beautiful, you got jewelry, you got beautiful hair, but you're wicked as the devil himself. That describes so many Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, and I would even say male and female, the Dan Blazarians and then the Kardashians and all these people, both sides. I mean, you're beautiful, you're young, you're fit, you got necklaces and jewelry, and you got the nice clothes, and you smell good, and God's going to judge you. God's going to judge all of it. God's going to bring this beautiful nation down to the ground. And America, the beautiful, wonderful place that it was, with all the wonderful, beautiful things that we've enjoyed, and all the bonnets and headbands and tablets and earrings and all the suits, changing suits of apparel, the mantles and all the glasses, the fine linen, the hoods and the veils. God's going to take it all away, and instead of sweet smell, there'll be a stink on this nation. Instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomach or a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Boy. Wow. Could that happen to America? Could America suffer such an economic collapse that the malls shut down and then everybody's eating rats? I mean, could that happen? Yes, it could happen. It's happened to nations before. Why couldn't it happen to America? I think what's going on is that Americans have forgotten God. America has forgotten that there's a God in heaven who sees what we're doing. America has forgotten that the Lord is keeping score and that the Lord is going to visit this one day.
Yeah.
He's going to visit this nation one day. How many abortions have we had in this country, Brother Justin?
I mean, over the period, like 60-something million.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know it's north of 60
that.
million abortions.
60 million plus, yeah. The Holocaust that's happened.
And I mean, Okay, and people have disputed the number of the Holocaust, but I mean, 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, plus how many more? I mean,
Christians were
yeah, I mean, there's
more than that, but yeah.
World War II was so. I don't even know if we really even understand World War II.
No,
but there's a Holocaust going in this country right now that makes the Germans look like a nursery rhyme. And it's because of a woman who is a eugenicist named Margaret Sanger, who the only reason she practiced eugenicism, and Hitler praised her for her ideas, and so did Hillary Clinton, by the way. And she wanted to create a superior breed of people. And one of the ways she wanted to do that was to try to end the pregnancies and prevent inferior people. Mm-hmm. What she meant by that was African people from breeding. And that idea became popular and was put a spin on it. And today those ideas are carried out by an organization called Planned Parenthood. And that was from a European eugenicist. And 60 million souls gone into eternity later. God's going to visit that.
Yep.
And he might visit that through this wicked woman. I mean, in a year from now, and I'm not trying to be dramatic and I'm not trying to be over the top here, but in a year from now, we could all be standing in bread lines. In 2 years from now, we could be standing in bread lines.
Yeah.
You know, it might be that you and I had to get in the car and go to Kroger and stand in line for 6 hours, and we have to do that once a week. That's yeah, I think we don't think that could happen. I really think we don't think that could happen. We're America. This doesn't happen here. It could.
Yeah.
It very well could. My dad was in the Air Force during Jimmy Carter, and he says there were gas shortages back then. Yep. You ever heard about that?
I remember that. I've never seen pictures of it.
Yeah, they said, okay, if your name is like A through M, you can come get gas on Monday, but if your name's N through Z, you can come get gas on Tuesday. And I mean, to me, that's so foreign to me. That's so I mean, like, I've never even had to do that. What are you talking? I just go get gas when I need gas. I don't even think about it. And to say that this can't happen in this nation, I think is foolish. This woman could be the end of America. She could implement policies that could really cause problems. And I think that it could be the judgment of God upon a nation. America's wicked, y'all. America's wicked. And I say that I've been born and raised in America. I did my genealogy. I'm like a 11th generation American or something like that. My family came to America in the late 1600s. Okay, so I'm as American, and before that I'm as British as they can be. I'm probably the whitest man I know, and I mean I've got the genetics to prove it. Okay, I am Anglo 50 generations back. All right, but guys, God will judge this thing. God will. I think he will. And to think he won't is, I think, foolish, to say it mildly. That's what I want to say tonight, and I want you guys to hear me. They call it communism, Kemalism, or whatever they're trying to call it now. I think it's serious. I think it's a serious threat. And I'm not here to rally for a certain political opponent. I don't think that this will be the case with Donald Trump, but I'm saying I do believe that, I mean, we're in a spot now where, I mean, Trump has his problems, but Kamala has big problems, okay? I'm not saying Donald Trump's a perfect man, but I know I'm not going to be standing in the bread line when Donald Trump is voted into office, or if he's voted into office. But I do believe that the thing with the Donald Trump administration is that the Catholic agenda is going to advance greatly under his reign, and I think the NAR and the Seven Mountain Mandate and Christian nationalism are going to be promoted greatly under Donald Trump, and I don't think any of those are good. I think those are scary in their own different way. So what we need to do, we need to understand here what the Bible's teaching, and we need to understand here that, I think we're right now in verse number 13, the Lord standeth at the plea and standeth the judge of the people. I think the Lord's pleading with America right now, and this is not a political issue, although God uses the medium of politics to judge a nation, but this is not necessarily a political problem. This is a spiritual problem. God has judged this country, no question. And I think God's pleading with us, and I think it's time that we listen, and I think it's time to pray. Some people get up and say, now it's time to get out and vote and rally and get voters. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's time to pray, time to seek God, time to get right with God. Quit messing around with the Lord. So, that being said, I want you to pray for us here. We want to be right with God. So, tonight we're doing a giveaway. How's the giveaways going, Brother Justin? We got some good names in there. We're going to give away 15 of these packages right here. The Epley's CD and a Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. We're going to mail all these out and get these for you. We've got 15 winners tonight. It's going to be really good. 15, we would say lucky people. We say providentially favored around here. And so we're going to do that. And so go ahead and make a donation in the live chat or in the PayPal. And we're going to give those away here in just a moment. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, if you're like me, you will notice that there's something dreadfully wrong with modern worship music. It's worldly, it's exalting men, and there's a lot of weird New Age stuff all in it. I mean, it's spooky. It's weird. I don't want anything to do with it. And years ago, we saw this coming, and we wrote a book, Calling Evil Good, The Live Christian Rock and Roll, available now on Amazon. You can get your link in the description below. They will print it and send it to your house. In this book, we discuss all the things that we saw coming a long time ago. We talk about how Amy Grant was a part of all this. And we even go back into the history of it with Larry Norman, who really was like the first guy who ever paved the way for this apostasy to enter the local church. And the funny thing is that the names constantly change, but the principles behind all this stay the same. This book has gone #1 on Amazon in the contemporary Christian music section at least 7 times already, and people are just buying this book, having their eyes open to these really huge problems in this gospel music industry. It's a serious issue. We talk about people who claim to be Christians who are now secular musicians like Beyonce Knowles, and other people out there who are as worldly as they can be, but they claim to be Christian, people like Hulk Hogan and Britney Spears, believe it or not. And so we can show you, we can connect a lot of the dots that have brought us to the point where we are today in this book, Calling Evil Good, The Live Christian Rock and Roll. I promise you, you'll love this book. You need to get a copy of it today. They'll send it right to your house. It'll be easy as it can be. So go ahead and check it out today, and may God bless you as you watch the rest of this video. Calling Evil Good, The Live Christian Rock and Roll by Spencer Smith. Get it today. It'll be a great blessing.
All right, thank you very much. And I haven't even looked at the live chat at all tonight, and I apologize for that. And Terry Carter says, I would vote for Spencer. Well, Brother Justin, I appreciate people voting for me. Yeah,
it's
that's a
nice.
nice
Feels
thing.
good, actually.
Yeah, one day, I don't know, maybe one day I will run for office. I don't know. I've kicked that around. I think maybe when I get to be about 50, I might just run for office. What do you think of that?
Hey, it'd be worth it.
You think that'd be a good thing?
Know.
I don't know. Maybe I can do it on a local level first or something like that, because I got connections. I know people. So if Mr. Gizmo could be the first puppy, yeah, buddy, that'd be amazing. If I was president, he'd be the first dog. That'd be great. And so I don't know. What do people talk about? Do you see anything interesting in the live chat right now, Brother Justin?
Nothing crazy, so that's good. But
that is a good thing. Usually, it's channel members. It's not crazy people.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Let's see here. Pastor Christopher T. Brown. That's fun. I believe we have been under God's judgment, not fully, but far from. Yeah, I think so. I think we are. I think we're under the judgment of God, and it's a sad thing. Can you imagine living these days and not knowing the Lord? Oh boy, it'd be awful. It'd be hard to make sense of all that. Let's see here. Robin Pankey says we're having to find another place to live, and we can't find anything under $177,000, and those are junk. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. I mean,
hard.
You look in Shepherdsville. I mean, just trying to find something in the 40165 area code. I mean, you're looking at. Just see if I can pull this up for everybody. Just let's just find the smallest house here in our area code here. I don't want land. I want a single family house.
Even raw land is ridiculous with nothing on it. Having to bring in utilities, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's let's see here. I mean, okay, so we got the lowest price house, $114,000 home. That's not too bad right there. It's probably a dump though. What does this look like? It's not. I mean, that roof is nasty. It's got drop ceiling in it. It doesn't look too bad. It's kind of dirty though. But I mean, okay, yeah, you got the cheap flooring. That's that. I can look at that and tell you that floor
you can tell
is not good.
Color, the reflection, the amazing drop ceiling. They're hiding something up there.
Yeah, there's who knows what kind of mess is in that thing. So this isn't. I mean, it's not a bad place. I mean, it's a functional house, but it's for what was the price on it? 114, and I mean, I paid around that for my place 6 years ago. I mean, it's just amazing how much it's gone up. Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at the lowest price first. I'm shopping real estate here. House, there we go. Single family home. Okay, so you got 114 for a house that's gonna need work, you know, and then also you have a let's see here. This is 189. And it's 1,100 square feet for almost $200,000, bro. Yep. That's a lot of money. And this house looks solid. This looks a lot better. Small kitchen.
Yeah, well, 1,100 square feet, not a lot of room to.
Yeah, looks like what was it? 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and 1,100 square feet. 1,100 square feet for almost $200,000. Is that even what is that? Is that a condo?
Looks like a duplex or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like got 2 garages. So I mean, you got this one right here for $200,000 in Shepherdsville. Is that even floodplain? Let's see here. Property details. It might be floodplain. Okay, no, it's not flood. Yeah, I mean that's $200,000 for this thing. It's a nice place. Looks clean. But that's a lot of money for this house, though.
Yeah.
That's exponentially more than I paid for mine, 6-7 years ago. This is nuts, Brother Justin. I'm glad you're building your house.
That's the only way I can afford it.
Yeah, I know it.
I can't afford to buy anything.
It's that's one of the ways I think this country's under the judgment of God is just, God, there's stuff taken from you. You can't buy a house right now.
Yeah. Taking away private ownership.
Yeah, we're going to be priced out of the market. We're all going to be priced out of the market for too long. I don't see how. Part of the reason is because there's a housing shortage. Nobody's building new houses, and I mean the spec house market is gone. These guys are not doing it because even if you buy a house sell for $200,000, there's a limited number of people who can afford the interest rate payments on something like that. I mean this one's $229, and what would the monthly payment on a house $2,000? I mean you're looking at $1,300 a month on a $229,000 house, and that's a lot for some people.
Yeah.
And that's with $54,000 down at Okay, let's. I mean, how do you fix this? Let's edit these numbers here. Okay, so let's make it no money down. Okay, that's $1,800 a month.
Yeah, that's
so if you did an FHA loan on that home for $229,000, and we're not talking about some mansion, we're talking about a basic house for a family of 4. And you did an FHA loan with 0% down, 30-year fixed. Let's do 30-year fixed FHA, which is a little bit lower interest rate. You're still at $1,600 a month. So,
but to get below 6% interest rate is almost impossible right now.
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yikes. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the ways I feel like we're under the judgment of God. I mean, it's not good, brother. Not good. One of the things I would do is I would deregulate the housing industry.
Yeah.
I would at least it's some way to get it moving. You got to get houses built because we got all these 50 million illegals came in the border this year. they got to live somewhere. Yeah. Either we build houses or we're going to have slum cities. So whatever we got to do to get houses being built, we got to do that. And so we're going to put you to work, Brother Justin. You're going to build everybody a house.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So it's just not good, bro. It's not good. So let's see here. John says that's a duplex for sure. I bought my home in Texas for $135 in 2005. They value it nearly $300K for tax purposes now. Yep, they're doing that everywhere. And I'm really concerned about this. You can't buy a house. The average person right now is so hopeless about this idea. Yikes. Let's look at here. Like, let's say you wanted to have a house that was, let's just go look at, something with 2,000 square feet. All right. So, what do we got here? That one's interesting. All right. So you got a house, 1 acre, $275,000, 1,800 square foot. Let's look at the payment on that. You got to have $55,000 down. Let's do 0% FHA loan first time home buyer. You're looking at a house, just to get a house 1,800 square foot. You're looking at $1,900 a month. Wow. I don't know how people do it. I don't know. To get let's see, let's put it down to 220. Yeah, even at 220, you're still at $1,500, $1,600 a month. Yeah. That's a lot of money. And a $300 power bill on top of that, and then you got to pay $1,500 for groceries, and then, you got to have HBO, so whatever that is. Yep. So, and this house isn't even all that updated. Oh, look at the flooring on that, Brother Justin. You see that? Yeah. Oh my, that's an abomination. We're not in HGTV land right here.
No, that's
oh my,
Chip
look at those
cabinets. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh no. I'm not trying to be a house snob, but I'm just telling you, like this isn't good. So, Aaron Greenier says $50,000 down. That's what the house should cost. Yeah, and now they want it down. And by the way, Kamala Harris, if you don't, and maybe I forgot to say it, but Kamala Harris is wanting to give a $25,000 tax or a down payment assistance to people who want to buy a house. You know what that means? You know what that means, Brother Justin?
Yep.
What is it? Tell everybody what that means.
Well, one, that money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like everything else, all the funding there, that has to come from somewhere, which means we end up paying it.
Yeah.
Through higher taxes. It doesn't work. In some way, we see that come back around again with higher inflation.
Well, and I'm going to tell you something else. You know what that means for the housing market? That means everybody's house just went up $25,000.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah. So when Kamala Harris gets in office, if she does, and there's a good chance she will. Don't you fool yourself for a second. There's a good chance this woman's going to be your president. And I say your president, not mine. When she implements this $25,000 down payment assistance, this house that I'm showing you on the screen is going to be $300,000.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
These people are not dumb. So, let's see here. Here in Denver, new homes start off at around $800,000. Older houses start off around $500,000, and brand new condos start off at $400,000.
Wow.
I believe it. So, yikes. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know if there is a solution to the housing market other than just build more houses.
Build more. Like you said, take regulations off, untie the hands, let them work.
Let them work. But then the supply chain, you got to have, and you can't, you only cut down so many trees per year. And COVID really messed up the supply chain on building houses. It really messed it up.
Kind of how that was perfectly planned out on purpose. And
yeah.
A lot of things were done for a reason. It wasn't just for nothing.
No, it wasn't. We're in trouble, brother. But go. Hey, we got 588 people watching. We only got 292 likes on this video. Go ahead and smite thine like button, or the lizard people are having a great time tonight. Nobody's doing all this, or nobody's hitting the like button. So Nicole Sterling says, "Don't drink the prime." Why not? What's wrong with the Prime? I haven't looked at the Prime. I just think it tastes good. I was drinking some a little earlier. Forgive me. I don't want to wound the weaker conscience of the erring brother. Hey, check this out. I got a new Bible, Brother Justin. Did I tell you about my new Bible?
Crisp, new, clean.
Yeah, it smells new.
A new Bible smell.
Yeah, you want to smell it?
I do.
You want to smell it? Here you go. It's a new Bible. Doesn't it smell good?
Fresh out of the box smell.
Yeah. I mean, I just took it.
Smell the leather on that.
I opened it up Saturday night, and I took it to church Sunday. And this is actually a new Bible. Brother Kevin Mann had this made. And it says right here, Kevin Mann, a saved King James Bible-believing Baptist. And he sent this to me as a blessing, and I told him I appreciate it. It's called the First Mention, just see if I can get that on there, First Mention Study Bible. Y'all see that right there? First Mention Study Bible. And, of course, it's in the Authorized King James Version. And a nice, beautiful leather. What is this leather? This is lamb skin.
Ooh, that's nice,
it's wonderful. I just want to make a pillow out of it. And I'm looking forward to this. Thank you, Brother Kevin Mann, for this. And then I look forward to learning more about this. And also, I'm reading I'm trying to get ready into the Epley's book. They wrote a little biography of their life called It's Been a Good Trip. And so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then other stuff that we got here, other crazy stuff. I won't mention all that. It's just some crazy, nutty stuff. So, but anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going over an hour and a half now. I hope that we've provided some value for you tonight. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to give away 14 packages like this of the Epley's and the Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. Everybody who wins is going to get this package just like this sent to you in the mail, and you'll enjoy it. So go ahead and make a donation now, and we're going to go ahead and make a quick break, take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
When I was 18 years old, I was under terrible conviction of my sin, and I didn't understand what I needed to do. I really was lost and had no man to guide me. I went to the grocery store, and a book caught my eye, and it was called God's Promises for Your Every Need. This is the exact copy of that book, the one that I bought when I was 18. As I was going through the book, I discovered that it really didn't have a whole lot about the plan of salvation in there. And I told the Lord, I said, Lord, if you'll let me someday, I'd like to do a book, something like this, but better. And that being said, the Lord has allowed us to do a book just like that. And we are thrilled to introduce to you guys today the Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook. This book has over 300 pages of Bible verses categorized in all different relevant topics. What does the Bible say about addiction? What does it say about being afraid? What does it say about alcohol? What does it say about backsliding and baptism, the local church? What does it say about carnality and character? We cover topics like finances, money, persecution, preaching, profanity, sobriety, strife, vengeance, unbelief, your thoughts, your testimony, your walking with God, worship and witnessing, and zeal. All of that is covered in this book. This book contains over 2,000 different verses on all these topics. And we encourage you guys to hit the link in the description below and buy one of these off of Amazon, and consider buying one for a friend or a family member as a gift. And you could buy one for a person who's struggling, because this book is designed to help people understand what the Bible has to say about all these great topics. We pray that the Lord would bless you as you get your copy of the Doctrine Matters Bible Topic Guidebook.
Well, if you're Hey guys, Spencer here. This is our Spreadshirt store, link in the description below, and we've got a couple new designs in here, more of a Japanese look that says Doctrine Matters on that. Of course, plenty of good designs to see, but I want you to check this one out. This is our Doctrine Matters Japanese design, and as you can see on the front, it's got Doctrine Matters in Japanese, and on the back, it's got this really cool print of Mr. Gizmo in like a Japanese painting. It's pretty awesome, and of course, there's some lizard people down here as well, and you can see Doctrine Matters in there, and got a lot of great options for this. If you want it on a men's t-shirt, you can get it all different kinds of colors and designs and things like that. Also, we have it on the teddy bear. You will love that. It goes on the back of the teddy bear too, different colors and designs there as well. And you ladies, you can check this out. We've got some pink t-shirts. We've got all kinds of colors and hoodies and hats and mugs, and you can get you one today. I know that you will love this design. It is a great, cool thing, and all of the proceeds go to support our channel. And so check out this cool new design on the Spreadshirt store. And also look at the very top, you get 20% off for the next 5 days. So make sure you hit that button, redeem that, and link in the description for all these cool designs. Go check them out today, and you will enjoy it. Doctrine Matters, friends, and we're trying to promote it through our merchandise. God bless you. Have a great day. All right, thank you guys very much tonight, and I want to make a few things known here. We got, let's see, there's so much I'm trying to do. It's just crazy. But if you win tonight, I want to encourage you. Let's see here. And I'm going to put that on the screen. If you are a winner tonight, make sure that you email us at this this deal right here, SpencerSmithMembers@gmail.com. SpencerSmithMembers@gmail.com. Make sure that we can kind of, make sure we know where you live, and make sure that you let us know at least who you are or something like that. That'll be a great help. I don't know what is up. They got a new update on Ecamm, and I don't really like it. So SpencerSmithMembers@gmail.com. When we call your name here in just a moment, make sure that you are you email us there with your name and your mailing address. Don't just say, my name is Ooga Booga Boy 325. Thanks for letting me win. And so just make sure you do that. Spencer Smith, can I get an air horn for 4 years of channel membership? Thanks, Brother Bruce. Here we go. And we'll give you more than that. And I'll give you everything. That's the only one. I gotta turn that one off. Thank you, Brother Bruce. I like this guy. He's funny. And I appreciate you very much. Is that still going? No, that's the ohm. I don't hear it anymore. Do you hear anything? I don't hear anything. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we appreciate you guys very much. And Michelle Wee wants to know, did I get her Facebook message? Let me check that real fast. If there's a message that I must get, let me see if I can get it right now. And let's see here. I got a message from a Michelle Wee Smith about those Mr. Gizmo books. Yeah, I emailed you back, or I messaged you back. So, yeah, so I'm gonna hit the thumbs up on that right now. So if you want those books, we've got them for you. We can work out something and send them to you. That'd be no problem. So anyway, Brother Justin.
Yep.
Do you want to do the drawing?
I can.
Why don't you do the drawing tonight? All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and you tell me the name of the first winner. Go ahead and mix it up, and then I'll hit the button when you're ready. All right, so go ahead and tell me who it is.
All right, we have Nancy D.
Nancy D. You just won, Nancy. Good job. Appreciate you. All right, what's the next one?
We have James Twitch.
James Twitch. Twitch is a terrible app filled with terrible people. Don't get on Twitch.
All right, now we have Aaron Greenier.
Aaron Greenier. There we go. Praise the Lord. It's nice when you do it.
Michael T.
Michael T. There we go. Good job, Michael.
We have Nancy L.
Nancy L, better than Nancy N. Good job.
Let's see here. Mary Love 1160. That sounds right.
Mary Love, don't know. Okay, good job. Forgot. I just got trailed off there. Sorry, buddy. I didn't catch everything. So, all right.
We have a Farasha Hainam.
Farasha! She gets air horn, too. We like Farasha. Farasha's a blessing.
We have a, let's see, Abai Karanen?
Abai!
Something like that. Hope I pronounced that right.
I don't even know what you said.
I don't either, but
I think you said a dirty word in a foreign language.
So.
So, Abai, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Anyway.
Holly Jolly 5678.
Holly Jolly 5678. That sounds like a dance routine. I think her thumbnail on there was a dance something. Anyway.
Sarah McGee.
Sarah McGee, good job. Those are our winners.
We're at number 10. It's just number 11.
Okay.
Mary Jo Meisel.
Mary Jo Meisel.
Meisel sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds less diseased. So, good job.
All right, here we go. We got a Salbrius F.
I love hearing you pronounce these words. Salbrius F. What? Let me see.
Sabrius. That's
Salubrios.
Put the roll of the tongue
today. Salubrios. This is more entertaining than anything else.
Here we go. Terry Luther. We got
Terry Luther won tonight. Good job, Terry. I love Terry and her husband, baby. They're beautiful people. We love them. Thank you so much.
This is number 14, so I think it's the last one here.
All right.
Aquila Copeland.
Aquila Copeland. Good job. There you go, guys. Appreciate you. There we go. Yeah. Good job, everybody. And here's what I want you to do. If you won tonight, thank you for making a donation. Everything's going to go to the Kenya trip. And we got a lot we got to do there. We're gonna have a good time with that. So email us, spencersmithmembers@gmail.com, and send us your name and your mailing address, like a good mailing address. We can send you that. And we already got one guy in Australia who's, or not Australia, Alaska. Same thing.
Close. So we'll start the name.
Neither one of them's real. And did you catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. But, so send us your name and full mailing address to spencersmithmembers@gmail.com. Thank you very much for that. So, Brother Justin, tonight we yelled a lot and said a bunch of condescending things, and that was a lot of fun. You got any words of wisdom before we go tonight?
Yeah, let's go with 1 Peter 1:8-9. Talking about salvation here, but Peter teaching, saying, "Whom having not seen ye love, in whom, though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls." The greatest joy you can ever have is salvation. The one thing that can never be taken away, a joy that can never be taken or crushed, is our salvation. Thankful for that salvation through the blood. Nice. No matter how dark it gets, no matter what happens in the election, God's still on the throne. We're still saved. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Amen. So, that was pretty good.
I like that joy.
Yeah.
Even to him after that. Joy unspeakable and full of glory.
Man.
What that hath has never yet been told.
I about felt something on that. Praise God. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, what would you think if we did a interview with Tony Hudson?
Oh, I'd like that.
Like I'd go down there and we'd set up cameras and sit and talk with him 2 hours.
That'd be great.
You think that'd be fun?
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it could happen. So we might just do that. Make him say, "Hey man," or something like that. Yeah. Hey man. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't know. It's in the works. It's happening. It's going to happen. We're going to make it happen. So that'll be fun. But anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. We're gonna do what we normally do, just play a song, and then we'll go. But thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. And we're going to do a lot of good stuff. This is my 4th video today. 4th video. So I'm gonna do a lot more videos. I'm probably doing another 3 tomorrow, and y'all gonna be loaded up this week with Spencer Smith videos. You're gonna get a lot. So because I got a lot to say this week, I wanted you to hear me. So appreciate you guys very much, and Love you all. Love the Lord. Love what we get to do here. Thank God for this unique opportunity to serve the Lord and on this YouTube channel. I have a lot of fun doing it. Love it. Wouldn't trade for anything. So looking forward to the second coming of the Lord, and we appreciate you all very much. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and God bless you. Have a good night.
I have never seen the face of my Savior. Serving Him has been such a thrill. I have never seen the gates to that city. One day I will. One day I'm gonna walk on streets of pure gold. They'll tell me the half that's never yet been told. I'll be united with loved ones on Zion's holy hills. One day I will. Since the day I first met Him, He has been all to me, and my life with joy He has filled, and I'm longing for the day when my eyes shall be